Sports Rewind Digital live with BJ Davo and myself, Huddo. Fellas, how are we? Davo, I'll speak to you first. How was the weekend, mate?
Hectic as always when you have kids, mate. You know what it's like. You got birthday parties, you got sleepovers, sport. So, non-stop.
Non-stop. Any cricket, mate?
Just more pre-season training. So, in the heat Saturday there for a few hours. So, we've got that. Comp starts in a few weeks. So, it's all ramping up now. So, be good. So, training this week and then the Masters on Sunday for us old fogies.
You beauty.
So
you're playing Sunday, mate?
Apparently so, yes.
Right.
Cricket Saturday, Sunday, baseball. Depends how I pull up after cricket.
You'll be right, mate.
About you, Randall?
Yep. Still good.
Yeah, big weekend as well, mate. We Mighty Toronto Tigers hosted the first and second grade grand final on Saturday. So
never heard of them.
It was a big day, Friday for a few of us that went down and did a lot of prepping for the ground for the day. Early morning, Saturday morning, the kids had prep training at the ground in the morning, and then we featured in the second grade grand final, and lots of canteen work and helping on the barbecue and all that sort of stuff throughout the day, and ended up back at the club for quite copious amounts of beverages. Had a bit of a sleepover at the ground, and then we backed it up and early morning straight to Harrigan's Irish Pub. It's just opened up here at Cameron Park. We went and visited there for the day.
Yep.
I think that's about when I caught up with you in the afternoon. We had just walked home, and we kicked on until fairly late in the evening.
Yes. There you
go. What about yourself, mate?
Not much, mate. I had work on the weekend, so I didn't get much sport in. The kids didn't have any dancing or anything like that for us, so just pretty chilled. The last couple of days I got to the beach, which has been bloody beautiful, nice and warm, and water's been nice as well, so that's been pretty good. Lots of sport on, obviously. NFL into round 2. MLB's coming to the pointy end. We've got our local baseball. We've got NRL in finals. Bit of cricket coming up with the World Cup. So lots of sports, lots of things to talk about tonight. And we might as well jump straight in with the Tid Bits and kick her off and see where we go.
Beautiful. So this one was a big one. Ninja, I hope you're listening. It is your actually your wedding anniversary tonight. So happy anniversary to you and Majuli. I know you're at Harrigan's again, the second time in about 3 days. This one's for you, buddy. The Cardinals fall to 65 and 82. This was back end of last week after their loss, meaning that this season will officially be their first losing season since 2007.
There you go.
It's a pretty good record to go that many years without a losing season.
Bloody oath it is. That is a really good record, and that's a tough one for them to swallow this year. They shouldn't have had they should not be having a losing season.
No, they had the roster to do it.
Yep.
He's not listening anyway. Happy anniversary, mate.
Why would you be listening to us on your wedding anniversary, champ?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. Priorities, I guess. Let him go. It's probably why he's been married for so long.
Yeah.
Too much communication.
Listening to us, Anyway, we'll move on to the next one.
Yeah, this one came up the other day. I know, Davo, you saw this one too, I think. Another Cardinals classic. Bob Gibson, he didn't care much about the old pitch limits. We spoke about it last week that a lot of these pitchers these days don't go deep in games. Here's a great example of someone that did. Innings pitched per game by Bob Gibson in 1968. 7, 7, 9, 9, 12 innings, 11, 8, 9.2, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 11.
You missed a 9 there, mate.
Yeah, heap more nines. A 10, an 8, a 9, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9.
Let's just say he's a bit of a legend.
That's a lot of complete games.
Yeah,
That's a big year, isn't it?
it is a big year.
Like, it just shows that he was a freak.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, I think it was because of that year he did so well and did so much that the league lowered the mound because of him after that season.
Yeah, that's it. They reduced the mound height after that year, didn't they?
And you can see why.
Pretty sure White Sox didn't listen. Their mounds normally.
But you could look at that, and that'd be a whole roster.
Yep.
A whole roster wouldn't do that these
Yeah.
days. You could probably put every club there.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, while he's listening, he got it.
Yes, correct. Hi, James. How are you, mate? I hope you're doing well. But yeah, so some quality innings, that's for sure, the old Bob Gibson.
Yeah, so this one's first one for us. So the Angels will finish under 500 for the MLB longest 8th straight season. So they're tied with Detroit for the longest playoff drought. Their last appearance, 2014. So I think if we cast our minds back a couple of months ago, there was a certain person on this panel who predicted the Angels to go well and even be contenders, World Series contenders this year. I think I remember something about that. I know I'm getting old, but yeah. So
pretty sure he's a Giants fan as well.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I remember it too. Someone picking him to go all the way.
Yeah. Lucky
but,
I'm not a betting
Angels,
man.
8th season of having, Trout there and Ohtani for a few and playing under 500 baseball.
Yeah. Horrible.
Another team just like the Cardinals that have underachieved.
And their whole staff is blowing up at the moment with a whole heap of issues. So I can't see it getting better anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah, so this one I saw the other day. So the 3,000 hit club. So all the guys that have had 3,000 hits or more in their career, if everyone started their career at age 27, like Ichiro did, it has their hit total. So Pete Rose was still there, 3,357. Ichiro, 3,089, are the only two hitters to be over 3,000 hits after the age of 27 starting in the MLB. Honus Wagner, 2,766. Cap Anson, 2,727. Stan Musial, 2,635. Ty Cobb, 2,589, and et cetera, et cetera. Imagine what Ichiro could have done if he had been there from like 20 or something.
Crazy,
like 7 more seasons.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a big one, isn't it? You look at right now, you think of some of the people like Acuna Jr. He's one that's jumped into the league at a really young age and that sort of stuff. Shoei's going to be in the same boat.
Yeah.
He didn't come over until he was late, and obviously injuries hampered that too. But yeah, it could really stall his numbers too.
Real eye opener when you see it, isn't it?
It is. We're seeing lots of younger players coming through. I guess this year, even the likes of Ellie De La Cruz and those guys are getting called up, but also some of the guys that got drafted, that have been brought up really quickly this year. So, yeah, I mean that's good to see the younger players coming through, that early. But yeah, pretty interesting start there with Ichiro.
Especially when they're coming up and they're performing too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. My tidbit. So Bryce Harper, 1,500 hits and 300 home runs in first 12 seasons of the MLB. He's joined a pretty good list there with Big Miggy, Mike Trout, Arenado, Goldsmith, and Manny Machado. So pretty cool list there. I do like Harper. And did you see he got tossed today? Did you see that one?
No.
He got tossed on I think it was like a ball and strike call, and I can't remember what he said, but it was I just had it a minute ago. Anyway, Anyway, go and find it on MLB on Facts. We'll probably have a total mucked up version of it, but yeah, go and check out what he said. He said something stupid. But
It's that's pretty interesting too. That list are all active players.
yeah, which is good. Yeah, Big
Yeah.
Miggy's in his last year, obviously, and what a career he's had. And you look at the players that there, and you know they're all standout players, aren't they? Players that you would have on your team any day of the week. Maybe not Machado, but yeah. Anyway,
And who will go the furthest? When you think,
Who knows?
like when you look at numbers wise, like Trout probably has the most natural talent, but he's too injury prone.
Yeah.
Arenado and Goldschmidt are just solid players without setting the world on fire. They're the types of guys who'll go out, hit you 280, 290, 35 home runs each year, just consistent. And Manny, he's disappeared down in San Diego, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah,
his numbers are still not terrible, but yeah, career-wise, obviously he was another one that come in. What was he, 19 or 20 or something when he first came in too? So he's been around for 1,000,001 years as well, and he's 26 or something. Like,
yeah, interesting. Anyway, to have a look at that one, Bryce Harper. I do like watching him play still. He's always a good laugh, and yeah, I think he basically called the umpire something about being soft or something after he got thrown. I think he threw his bat. He threw his bat across he got struck out, threw his bat, slid his helmet across, Jared Van Dyke style, and then you got tossed.
Brian said, "See you later."
Yeah, and Brian just had enough. So anyway, go and find out anyway, and what it is. And all right, what about this one? First time Matthew Stafford and Brock Purdy will be the first time a quarterback taken number one. Obviously, that's not Brock Purdy, and a quarterback drafted with the lowest overall pick. They faced off, and from memory, I've got it written down here. Purdy come through with the goods. Do you Blakes get any of that game? I only watched the highlights of it.
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that was an interesting stat too. Obviously, first rounder or number one pick in the overall last pick. So, cool one to see. That rounds out our tidbits. And yeah, if you do miss out on our tidbits each week, there is a separate video if you don't want to watch us ramble on for the whole under an hour tonight. Just saying that now, we'll go under an hour, fellas. If you don't want to listen to the whole hour, and just watch the tidbits. Righto, local baseball, fellas. BJ, you did mention the grand final on the weekend. The Toronto Tigers, they're hosted second and first grade grand finals. Our local Toronto Tigers come through with the goods in second grade. You want to give us a run through of that game, mate? I only caught the last innings on the phone.
To be honest, mate, it's a bit of a blur. Yeah, I think the score was 4-2 in the end. I can't even remember, mate, to be honest. I think we scored a couple of runs early. Belmont come back, tied it up. We went ahead with another couple of runs, and then it came down to the last inning, and I think they scored 2 runs to tie the game with 2 out or something like that. I think Stephen Hook.
Yeah.
I think Stephen Hook had a hit into center left gap or something like that. Scored 2 runs to tie the game, but the new rules, time game finishes on time. We were the bottom of the inning, and last batter had been signaled, so it didn't matter to us, really. Didn't matter. Reverted back.
Great result for Toronto, but I think that's bullshit, isn't it? Like,
it is for grand finals.
Play out in innings, but
we shouldn't. It was less than 10 minutes. Less than 10 minutes before we started the inning as well. So I'm pretty sure we shouldn't have even started a fresh inning.
Yeah.
With under 10 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
So, and the rules are time game. When it gets to time, if it's a draw, the game automatically stops and it goes into extra innings.
Yeah.
It gets away from all the kerfuffle we've had in other years where it's, oh yeah, if you're up by 3 or less runs, and then there's this much time left, you get to play an extra amount of this time. But if you're up by this many runs, you don't get to play extra time. It just takes all the confusion away and goes, righto, game stops on time.
Yeah.
Whoever's winning at the end of regulation time, that's it.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we shouldn't. Yeah, there you go. Exactly the same thing. We shouldn't have started the inning. We spoke about it at the plate meeting, the coaches and the officials, and we said, if there's less than 10 minutes to go, we won't start a new inning.
Yeah.
We were up. Realistically, it probably took the sting out of it a little bit for the players from Belmont didn't realise either. They scored the tying run and they were all celebrating and whatnot, and we were already high-fiving and shaking hands because we already knew that it was last batter and it didn't matter.
Yeah. I know I woke up from night shift and I had no idea it was the last inning. And then I heard last batter, the last batter call. I was like, well, just walk him, be done with it, and then reverts back. So,
yeah, there was a lot of that, mate. Don't worry. There's a lot of people saying, why are you pitching to him? Just walk, just give him intentional walk. But it's like, well,
yeah,
we're the bottom, so we're not going to be able to play out the bottom of the inning anyway. So what does it matter?
Yeah, I just think they start that time. Second grade starts a little bit earlier to give them a bit of leeway in the finals. I really think if you start that inning, it should be played out. So hopefully they look at that because, obviously Toronto, congratulations, part of the Toronto club. But as, if you're on the receiving end of that, on the receiving end of that, you want to be, playing the full game out and whatever.
Even for the spectators there, it's sort of like it's a bit of a letdown on the day, really, isn't it? You're there wanting to watch exciting baseball, comes down the last inning, and then it's sort of taken out of your hands, taken out of everyone's hands. It's like, is that it? It's over. Oh,
yeah.
It's a bit deflating for everyone there. Yes, it's great for the home team. That's why you probably want to finish first to have that advantage.
Yeah.
But for baseball in general, play that dig out.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Do want to say a good job to Voidy and 2Bs and Bobby Montgomery on the mic. So boys called sort of play-by-play, and I believe it was their first go at doing it, and they did a really good job. I watched bits and pieces of first grade and thought, they really held everybody's attention well and thought they did well. So congratulations, boys. And first grade.
Yeah, Belmont 4-1.
4-1, yeah.
So it was a pretty good performance from White Sox, I thought. They especially Cal, as always.
Yeah.
Cal Davies, really, really held that lineup in check to only let him get 4 runs.
Yeah.
Obviously, as would be expected, AJ was fairly dominant on the mound. Only gave up the 1 run. I don't even know what he threw. I think he threw 8 innings or something like that.
Yeah.
7.2 or 7.1 maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. I was serving in the canteen, so I missed it.
8 and a third.
8 and a third. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. From what I've seen, mate, later in the game, I don't know. I think White Sox possibly could have, got him out of the game a bit earlier, a bit more discipline with their at bats. But that's baseball. 4-1 in the grand final is a pretty good scoreline.
Yep.
Especially with that caliber of pitcher. Congratulations to the Belmont boys. I believe that was, if White Sox got through there, that was the they haven't won it since '86. Is what the Newcastle Herald said. I'm sure they would have won it in the early 2000s with that team, but wow, 86 is a fair gap there.
Yeah, I think I saw they were in it in I think it was 2015 or 2016 or something like that. Or
Right, yeah.
I can't remember now. I did see something like that. I'm not 100% sure that someone from White Sox would have to correct us there, but
Yep.
yeah, it's been a bit of a stretch for those guys. So
No, good on him. It's good to see him in. Obviously, we would have rather seen the Tigers come through, but obviously they did everything at the right time of the year to get through. Pretty young team as well. So congratulations to the White Sox team. A few awards here, fellas. D-Mac, I don't know if you're listening, mate. I don't know how you're holding that beer there in the left, but congratulations on your award. What was that for? Biggest grub, Randall?
yeah, I think it was. I think it was the second grade MVP for the season.
Fair enough. Fair enough. There was another one. Old first grader here.
Yeah, boss. He had the first. I think he got the first grade MVP for the season.
MVP. Yeah. Oh, well,
I don't know why.
congratulations, fellas.
I didn't even know he played this year.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh, well, that's the season over for the Newcastle baseball. Lots of people moving to Sydney Major League, but also Central Coast comp as well. So lots of our Newcastle people head down there, and I know the Tigers have a bit of affiliation with Mingara Rebels, and different clubs have other sort of lineups with different clubs. I think White Sox and Wildcats, don't they? And they've also got a bit of an alignment with Ride. So hopefully there's plenty of baseball going on over the summer. Fellas, I've been talking about something for a little while here about summer baseball and playing a bit of summer baseball, and so I want to drop this one. What is going on here?
Oh, the Australian Blitzball
Aussie
League.
Blitzball League. I believe that could be Sports Rewind having a bit of a go at some beer league blitzball. So keep your eyes tuned, and we're going to have a little bit of blitzball around the fields, I guess. We may even see a little bit on the beach or the lake. Who knows where we could play? So
Beer garden.
Beer garden. Yep, we could play it with ping pong balls at the RSL. Yeah, just wanted to put that one out there and put the feelers out a little. Yeah.
So keep your ears open and your eyes listening.
Especially you young Tigers there. You might have a little bit of a Tigers game, bit of a catch up. Let's move on to the MLB. I know you guys have sent me through a few different ones to talk about this week. What about this one? I think it was you, Dave, that sent this one.
How good was it? I know Ninja's been...
Ninja sent it through to the channel.
Yeah, he's been chasing it. He let me know when it was 199 though, when Wayno beat the Orioles the other day. But how good is it to see him get to 200 finally?
Yeah, for sure.
7 shutout innings too.
Yeah, solid.
Well deserved. Definitely well deserved. Yeah,
fantastic to see. Been around for many years, that's for sure.
It's probably one of the few highlights on a pretty dark season for him.
Yeah, sure. Speaking of dark seasons, I've been tagged in this about 6 or 7 times this week. The old San Francisco Giants down there. I think they're winning too many comps this year, including that one.
No.
For those listening on the audio only, I can't even describe it. But anyway.
They were in it for a while.
They were.
There's still a chance of a wild card spot, aren't they? They're still thereabouts.
No, mate, no.
The Brewers got beat today.
Yeah, they're still 6 games ahead though, the Brewers. Yeah.
I heard someone trying to talk up the Yankees' chances, like they're 7 games behind Toronto, but they've got 6 games against Toronto coming up. So it's like if they win all 6 and then they a loose game, I'm like, really? You're going to talk about that crap? I can't see you taking 6 straight from Toronto.
No, they're
It's
on
not
the
just
move.
New York media.
And I think Tampa Bay have 6 against the Blue Jays as well, or 7
Yeah.
games against the Blue Jays in their last 12 games. So
Tampa Bay have clinched, and so have the Orioles. So,
yeah, but they're still going to battle out for that division.
yeah.
Yeah, you want the division, not the wild card.
They went to 2.5 games today with the Orioles beating the Astros, and Tampa Bay
In
had
the
an off
9th.
day. Yeah, Cedric Mullins, he walked it off yesterday with an 11th inning sac fly. And then today, top of 9, a 3-run bomb to put him up by 1.
Legend. He is crushing.
Yeah, he's hitting at the right time.
All right, Tex, I don't know if you're listening in, mate. Scher's out for the rest of the season. Unlikely he pitches in postseason if they get there. Big one for them. Obviously, forking out the dollars, getting him over there and gone.
Yeah, that'd be disappointing for him.
Yeah, absolute ace, and he was coming good in the later part of the year. About this one, the Reds, this one was sort of coming. DFA'd Hunter Renfroe, went 5 from 39 in 14 games with the club. So, see ya.
Yeah, he'd been hitting pretty well too until this. Like he hadn't been terrible at all.
He's a streaky hitter too, so he will go through patches like that where he will go over for a bit, but then he'll get hot again and crush the ball out of anywhere. So he's sort of known for that. So you got to take it a little bit, but hopefully it gets picked up by someone.
Hopefully he does. Who knows where he'll go. About this one, I don't know. I think it might have been one of you blokes sent me through this one. Blue Jays, David Snyder, 1.315 OPS is the highest in MLB history since 1901 through a player's first 25 games.
The stash.
Impressive.
It's the mustache. Yeah, he's doing well. Like relatively like a no name. Hadn't heard much about him. He's certainly caught fire from the word go, hasn't he?
He has. What was that?
Another earthquake in Newcastle.
Wow. Randall. Jesus. What about this one? Davo, you definitely sent me this one, I'm sure. The Royals and Astros are wearing Kansas City Monarchs and Houston Eagles uniform as they salute the Negro Leagues. I absolutely love this. That Kansas City uniform is unreal. I'd love to grab a hat in that version.
Do love the Monarchs, the old Monarchs uniform.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looks unreal.
The Greys is a good Negro League uniform as well.
I can't picture that one. So, yeah, a few more little baseball things coming up here. The Yankees. Judge is currently wearing 3 different numbers. So, what was that? Clemente Day for the 21. He always wears his belt upside down, so it looks like 66 and 99 on his sleeve, on his arm guard. Quality one there. How is Judge looking? I know he's hit a few bombs the last couple of weeks, but Yankees are gone.
He did wear some good boots on the Clemente Day. I like them, like the black and gold sort of tribute to him.
Yep.
And also, did I see he signed something with Nike with a pair of pink ones or something? No, didn't see that.
No.
Might not be him.
I saw David Wells cover the Nike symbol when he went for Old Timers Day at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, that was quality. I've followed a fair bit of his socials in the last couple of weeks, and he's been giving it to him, especially that steroid era one. Did you?
Yep. Yeah, saw the steroid era and bagging out the Yankee players, saying it's not Cashman, it's not Boone's fault. It's the guys making the millions of bucks that aren't performing.
Yeah.
And he's spot on.
Yeah.
He's spot on. Like, these blokes are paying massive money to have these guys there, and they're not performing. So, it's the manager's fault. It's the, it's the executive's fault. No, it's not. They're not the ones out there playing the game.
Yeah. Hearing you. About this news from Funky Phil. Now, Andrew Graham, minor league season just finished, and he's been called up to help coach at the MLB level. I think that is that our first Aussie coaching role.
It is, I think. I think I did read. First like manager, coach up there.
Yeah, that's
a great effort.
Pretty impressive, and it's great to see. Hopefully, he gets a stint up there and goes well and gets a run in the coming seasons. It's pretty great for Aussie baseball, that's for sure.
Yeah, and from all reports, great baseball brain. So perfect guy for it.
Do you have much to do with him, Davo?
No, I didn't. I was sort of in between, but from talking to people and reading comments and all that, they're saying, well deserved. And
no, I didn't have anything to do with him either, but from all reports, hearing exactly what you did. This one for the Giants fans, Logan Webb, 200.
Or one of you.
Yeah, no, Voidy's out there if he's there. 200 plus innings pitched for Logan Webb. He's had a pretty solid season for pretty average Giants. So this one,
it's a testament to like his work ethic, isn't it? It's like we saw Kirby from the Mariners whinging about going out for the 7th, and he's in a contending team. And you got someone like Logan Webb whose team isn't going great, and he's clocked up the 200 innings mark. So that's what pitching's all about. Give me the ball. I'm going 7 every start. I don't care what you say. Should be more guys like that.
Absolutely. I do love it. I know, Davo, even in 3rd and 4th grade, we don't want to get the ball off, taken off us. You still want to, pitch as long as you can, even if you can't walk the next day or wipe your ass or whatever it might be.
Can't see from a comebacker.
Yeah, well, that got mentioned in the week too.
Still good.
Avocado 3, BJ flexing his rep cap. How the Knights go on the weekend? We haven't covered that yet, but how did they go, Randall?
I don't know, mate. I was drinking out of a cup. I missed it.
40-10. I'm just spoiler alert if you missed it.
Sorry. I don't even know who the hell Avocado 3 is, but whoever you are, I've just come straight from Little League rep training, so I pretty much walked in the door, had a feed, and sat on this. So that's next to what's that? 2 weekends away. Then we go away. So
yep, you beauty.
Kids carnivals.
Good luck to those kids going away to compete for their region. The Atlanta Braves. We talked about this last week about signing. I guess the younger players going before free agency. And you have a look at this. Braves have done it well. Atlanta Braves for years to come, years signed through. Aussie Albies to 27. Ronald Acuna Jr. 2028. Spencer Strider, Sean Murphy to 29. Matt Olson to 2030. Harris to 32. And Austin Riley to 2033. That is impressive, and it's going to be a massive asset for them moving forward throughout the years. Like they're already, at the top of the league at the moment. Do you think we'll see other clubs sort of follow this through their journeys?
So.
They'll try.
Yeah,
but they've set the benchmark, haven't they?
Absolutely. Like Orioles need to do it, Randall. Like the amount of players that they've got and don't want to fork out dollars. This is the perfect way to secure them for that little bit longer and probably not as much money.
No, that's exactly right. And you have to do it. I think they have to do it with young talent when they've got a good crop. Like what are the Braves? They just clinched their 6th straight division title.
Yeah.
Like you look at that list, they're going to be doing it for another 6 years.
Yeah.
with that core group, they're going to be hard to beat. That team plays together for so long, and they're going to be tough
for sure.
And I think I read Albie's just hit his 30th home run, so they've got 5 guys with 30 plus home runs.
Yeah,
it's crazy, isn't it? Did you see the one that Schwarber hit today?
No, didn't see that one.
483 feet
at Truist Park. It went up. I think it went over the chop house.
Yeah,
in right field, like
massive.
It was pumped.
I did. Yeah, sorry, mate.
No, you're right. You go.
I was just going to say on Schwarber, John Kruk made the mistake. Like apparently, Krucky hates heights, so they were calling a game at St. Louis, and Krucky goes, "Oh, if Schwarber here hits a home run, I'll climb the arch." 2 pitches later, boom, that's one that just cleared right field, and Krucky's sitting there going, "I got to keep my damn mouth shut. The guy hits 40 million home runs, and I choose him. Like, why didn't I choose someone who doesn't hit home runs?"
Yeah, for sure. He doesn't mind a fastball up and in either, Kruk.
No.
Now, Randy.
But what's Schwarber going to end up with? More singles or home runs? Because he's still pretty close. Like he's about 46 and 46 or 47, 46. Like he's.
I'd love to see him go more home runs. That would be gold.
Yeah, me too.
Absolute gold.
Backing him in.
Great talking point. Great talking point. We do love
adding. He keeps adding. He's had more strikeouts this year than what Tony Gwynn had for the entire decade of the 90s.
Yeah. That's insane. Insane. What about this? Now, I've been sent this probably 4 or 5 times this week. We always talk about Nolan. We do talk about Nolan Ryan a lot. Nolan Ryan had 198 career non-win quality starts. He was 0-107 with a 2.27 ERA. Goes to show how quality their offense was back in that era. That's insane.
Yeah, I think I was chatting with JVD about it and sort of said that's probably why he never won a Cy Young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had the strikeouts, just didn't have the wins, and that stat just shows it. The poor guy is out there, 2.27 ERA, and goes over. Goose egg.
Absolutely dealing.
So you think you throw a few of those into wins, Cy Youngs are coming.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure. Now, we talked about this guy a few weeks back. Rendon. Fractured tibia the whole time. He just found out it was fractured a few weeks ago. He said he doesn't know why the Angels didn't announce that. Now, we had Shohei leave the clubhouse as well, whenever that was this week. And they didn't really give an explanation on that either. So he's cleaned out his locker and gone. Obviously, he's going for surgery, and we all thought that.
Well, they're
clearing out his locker and nothing being said is pretty rough. But old Rendon, nothing said there. All they mentioned was he walked out the clubhouse with his back on, saying he's not playing. Well, what's going on with the Angels, and what do you think's happening there?
They're a mess. Yeah. It's the only way you can really say it, isn't it? Like, I don't know if it comes down to front office, like the managers there, the players, the owner. I think it's a combination of everything. But I think Shoei's already back in Japan, isn't he? I think I saw a video arriving back in Japan. They don't know whether he's going to have full surgery or sort of a partial one with increasing blood or something like that. I don't know. But why they can't be up front, it's no secret. Not these days. It's like with so much social media and everything going on, you can't sneak anything by anyone.
No.
So people are going to find out.
Yeah.
I don't see why they would want it to be a secret anyway. Like, who cares? If that's what's going on, that's what's going on. You just say it. Big deal.
Yeah. No,
Right.
hearing you.
Happens to every team.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, it's pretty average. Anyway, I hope they can pull through it, but it doesn't seem like it.
Imagine choosing them to be a postseason contender.
Yeah, imagine that.
Imagine choosing them to win it all.
Yeah.
You'd be out of your mind, wouldn't you? Tell you what, a team that is still hanging in there is the Texas Rangers, and this guy is absolutely crushing. Corey Seager, 1069 OPS. He's now in front of Shohei Ohtani. It is some quality numbers there from Seager, and yeah, hopefully we see a bit of him in action in the postseason. Quality number, that.
Bright point for Texas.
Yeah.
With a lot of injuries, he's the one who's sort of stood up and been held accountable for. Yeah, he's shown up.
He has. Yeah, solid player indeed. Righto. Let's I'll share the screen with the baseball standings and we'll run through. And
do we need
Randall,
to?
your Baltimore Orioles still at the top, mate. 94 and 56, 2.5 games ahead of Tampa.
Yeah, they had that 4-game series with Tampa over the weekend, and they split it 2 games apiece. So lucky. Yeah.
It was a good series.
It was a good series. It was a really good series. I think the Orioles had 4 games straight, 2 against the Cardinals and the first 2 against Tampa, and they only scored 6 runs in those 4 games. They went real quiet. Then game 3 against Tampa, they exploded. I think they were up 6-0 after 4 innings in the 3rd game, and they didn't look back after that. They piled on runs.
Yeah,
they're back.
And
Let's
I heard
see what happens.
On a side note, I heard Tampa's looks like they've got approval for a new stadium in St. Pete's.
St. Pete's, so yeah.
Could be moving out of Tropicana.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't think they haven't announced anything official yet, have they? Or did they announce it today?
I don't think so, but it's the strongest sort of talks yet that it's going to happen. I know they've been trying for ages, but that'll be good for Rays.
I did see that there's an announcement coming. I can't remember if I saw it today saying it's tomorrow or if it was the day before saying today. So it must be tomorrow.
Yeah, no idea. I didn't get that memo. Toronto's 11 games back, probably out of it. Minnesota, the Twins are out in front, 79 and 72. Cleveland are 7 games back. Detroit, 8.5. Where are we? Houston, 1.5 games in front of Seattle and Texas. This is going to be a pretty good battle there to see who goes through. I know Seattle have got Oakland coming up or playing them at the moment, so be interesting. What is there? There's about 12 games to go or something.
Yeah, somewhere around that for everybody, depending on what they've got left in their roster. Yeah. But I think
it's at 11 games or something.
Yeah,
they play 162, so just work out the math.
Yeah, it'll be around that 11, 12 games. Yeah, depending on how many off days they've got left. But Astros have got another 2. They lost today to the Orioles, and they've got another 2 against the Orioles.
Yeah,
still to come. So anything could happen there for them too. That's going to be a very tight race.
Will be indeed. Be good to follow. Houston Astros always coming through that pointy end of the season. Atlanta, 96 and 54, so they're way out in front. 14 games ahead of Philly, and Miami 18.5 back. Milwaukee,
Miami 2. Didn't they take 2 off the Braves in the latest series? I think.
I didn't see that, mate.
Yeah, the Braves are on a 4-game losing streak. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
They've didn't they Cardinals sweep them or something?
Not sure, but I know they lost 2 to the Marlins.
Milwaukee out in front there, the Chicago Cubs and Cincinnati are 6 games back apiece there. LA Dodgers, they've clinched 92 and 57, 14 games clear of Arizona, 16 and a half games clear of San Francisco, and San Diego way out of it as Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, so your Giants there, Huddo, they are only 2 games out of the wild card, so
Yeah. Anyway.
they can get there, mate. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see how they go, mate. They've been playing absolutely putrid baseball, so see what happens. See what happens. Righto. Let's head to some NRL. Randall, you can talk about your Knights. What a solid start. A minute 47 in. I turned the TV off.
Yeah. To be honest, the first grade grand final was on, so I was sort of had the phone on, working. I was over sort of around the barbecue and the canteen, so I was sort of watching it. Yeah, I diverted my attention pretty quick. At 22-10, when they were down 22-10, I thought, oh yeah, they're still in it with a shot. But yeah, it blew out 40-10. I think the final score was.
Yeah.
No good.
So we've got 4 teams
yeah,
left.
The other game, yeah, Melbourne got up over the Roosters. Can't remember what the score was.
Controversially, 18-13, I think.
18-13, yeah. So they scored right on the. Melbourne scored with no time left, pretty much. Under a minute, I think it was.
Yeah.
To get ahead.
Botched call from the referee.
Yeah. Anyway, there's a few of them in that game. A few wrong or bad calls. But yeah, end of the day, that's the top 4 teams, isn't it? End of the season and whatnot, and you got the top 4 teams all playing off for the 2 grand final spots. So it's probably deserved for those teams.
Yeah.
So this weekend we'll have Panthers taking on the Storm and the Broncos taking on the Warriors. I think the Broncos will run away with their game. I think Brisbane, the way they played a fortnight ago, Warriors won't get near them. But, up the Wars, if they can get up, it'd be great to see them get up and get into the grand final with the last few years that they've had with COVID and all that stuff, having to relocate to Australia and make sure we still had a team in the comp.
Yeah.
And you got Panthers.
The locals aren't happy just because it's like 10 to 8 or 7 o'clock start time over here. So it's like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock over in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So the locals there aren't too happy about the timing of the game. But
no,
it's been set in like for ages. So unfortunately, not much you can do about that.
Yeah.
No, that's it. And they did accommodate for them earlier in the finals too. That first week, their game was rescheduled to the 4 o'clock Saturday game so that they could get a good time slot and all that sort of stuff. So, here's what it is. Storm and Panthers. What do you reckon, Davo? Obviously, I think the Panthers will be too strong.
I think so. But didn't Cleary? Oh, did I read something? He got taken to hospital or something?
Yeah, so he got taken to hospital. I don't recall what they said it was for. So they'll be, waiting on him and also Luai as well, on his fitness. So, but I think
Panthers should have enough to beat them, but it'll be a tight game.
Yep.
As you say, Storm turn up this time of year. Panthers do too. So if they're both on fire, should be a good match.
Yeah, I sort of look at what's happened with the Storm in the last couple of weeks. They've been hit and miss. Week 1, they were atrocious. Week 2, they were much better, but still had a lot of errors in them. Like I really think the Roosters probably should have run away with that game. Storm made a lot of mistakes, and the Roosters just didn't capitalize on those mistakes, unfortunately.
And Panthers has always they've been solid. They know what they need to do this time of year. They've been there, done that. So Coach Cleary will have them primed for it.
Yeah.
So
they always say it's hard to go back to back. Yeah. What about back to back to back?
Yeah.
Who was out with a finger? Cleary off to hospital or something today? I seen. Was
Yeah,
it?
yesterday I think it was.
Yeah. Okay. Any
think.
news on that, or you probably just mentioned it while I was gone?
Yeah, mate, we did.
Yeah, fair enough. My bad. For
We
those
both,
listening,
we both
I just
basically
have
said
to-
we don't know.
Yeah, fair call. Righto. So who we tipping, fellas? I'm the Bronx and Panthers,
Same.
Yep.
and Bronx to win it all.
Yeah, I don't know. Depends how they play this week, I think.
Yeah,
Will be my deciding factor.
fair.
Broncos were the way the Broncos played a fortnight ago and blew the Storm apart. That was next level for them. If they turn out that sort of performance again this week, they'll win the grand final. But if they go back to the Broncos from the week before that, when they were meh, then yeah, I think Panthers would be too strong.
Yeah, I guess time will tell with that. See what happens.
Back
Plenty
in the
of
Jets.
footy on.
Go
What was
the Blue
that?
Bags. I'm back in the Jets. Go the Blue Bags.
Mate, I haven't followed that footy for a long time, mate. What other games are on in the like the lower leagues and stuff, Randall?
Well, the NRLW, the Knights did secure the minor premiership on the weekend. I will say that. Congratulations to the Knights ladies.
Yeah.
They I think they beat the Tigers to secure the minor premiership. So that'll be interesting because I think all their finals now start this weekend.
Yeah.
I think Knights, Roosters. I don't know who else. Knights. That's all I know.
Righto. NFL. Davo, your Commanders had a pretty good game again this week. Did you get much of that?
No, unfortunately, sort of didn't see a lot of football this week. So I know they're 2-0.
Yeah.
So we'll
There's
take it.
Few teams there that are undefeated still. I'm going to run through some of the stuff that I guess I seen with NFL this week, and also we'll talk about some of the wins. Bobby Boucher patch card. Did you? I'm not sure which one of you blokes pulled that, but that's pretty impressive.
That's awesome.
You'd love to have that.
Would have loved to have seen that. Now this one, a 57-yard field goal attempt, and he kicked it.
Yep.
I don't know if you caught that one. That's a pretty big field goal.
Yeah.
Well, see the college 61-yarder.
Yeah, right. No, I didn't see that.
61-yarder to win.
Wow.
I can't remember which team it was, but yeah, they kicked a six. They're like, what? Why are they going for a 61-yard conversion? And he got it. So, but yeah, 57's anything over 50 is a fair effort.
I wonder what the wind was like when it was not much wind or in his favor.
I did watch that game. I don't remember him saying anything about the wind.
Okay.
So
fair enough. I know we talked about our prime time last week. Hitting that baseball ain't no joke. And he's talking about the most difficult thing to do in his sporting career. Old Deion Sanders. I don't know if you blokes seen this. He's talking about not going to, NFL, not going to be a coach up there. He likes it in Boulder. And
he said that because why coach the guys that are being paid millions of dollars that already know they're good and have got the money? I'd rather coach the kids that have no money, that have the hunger to get to that next level. So that's what he's sort of come out and said. Oh, it's probably what's written on here, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's quality, though. It's great to see. He obviously is not in it for the big dollars or anything like that. He's his passion, so good on him.
And he said, like, when he was asked about that, He said hitting a baseball. You think about it, guys who have a success rate of 3 out of 10 make $500 million.
Yeah.
He said, so
Yeah.
what other sport can you, NBA, 3 out of 10, nut, sorry, you're out the door. NFL, 3 out of 10, nut. Baseball, 3 out of 10, you're getting that money. So, yes, that's was his reasoning behind hitting the baseball. That's a fair call.
Yeah,
It is a
three
fair
out of
call.
3 out of 10 for a career, and you're a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Speaking about Hall of Famers, hello, Tank.
Oh, Tank.
Well,
Here
mate.
he is. Bombing
Here he
all
is.
day. Did you hear about his exploits last week? I think we talked about it on the show. He had an inside the park grand slam.
Yep.
The next day he turned it out with a triple and a home run.
Bloody hell.
So I don't know where all this running's coming from, champ, but keep it up.
My name's Tank and I hit bombs.
Good on you, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, let's quickly run through some NFL stuff and we'll get out of here. My young bloke's carrying on a treat there in the background. I don't know if you can hear him, but I guess he's trying to get us under the hour. I've got 4 minutes to go through 2 pages of things here on NFL, so I still don't like his chances, but I'll share the screen with what we have with NFL. The Giants, where are we? The Vikings got beat by the Eagles. Kirk Cousins had 31 from 44 with 364 yards and still got beat. I didn't watch a game, but that's pretty crazy stat to lose. I know Jalen Hurts had 18 from 23 with 193 yards. So anyway, we'll move on from there. Did you Blake see any of that?
Nope.
No.
Right. Just stop me if you want to talk about any of these games. The Packers got done by the Falcons 25-24. Nothing to really report on there. The Bills beat the Raiders 38-10. Josh Allen, 31 from 37. Pretty impressive. 274 yards. Captain James Cook, 17 carries for 123 yards as well. So that was pretty good. Jimmy G for the Raiders, 16 from 24. Only 185 yards.
That's what you expect from the Bills, though, isn't it? Like that
Absolutely.
first week, a shocker, but now that's back to form for them.
Yeah. Randall, your Ravens 27-24. Did you catch much of this?
Yeah, I watched the replay, mate. It was on at 3 a.m., I think, or 6 a.m. or something. So I watched the replay. Yeah, good game.
Lamar Jackson, 24 from 33, 237 yards. Burrows was 24 from 41, 222. Any big standouts for you, mate?
There was a couple of big passes, actually. There was one. I can't even think of who received it, but yeah, Lamar just unloaded on one. I don't even know how they knew the play was on it. I don't know if he just looked up and saw something or what, but it got him out of a lot of trouble early. And yeah, mate, it's the Bengals. They've got to beat those teams.
Yeah, they have to.
They're the ones that they have to beat. So, yeah, Burrow didn't do much.
Yeah, pretty average. Only 222 yards. Seahawks, Lions, both one apiece now, 37. The Seahawks over the Lions, 31. Both quarterbacks here had pretty big games. Geno Smith, 32 from 41, 328 yards, and Jared Goff for the Lions, 28 from 35, 323 yards. So pretty good offense on both teams. So
it's like a college game, that one. Not much defense and good offensive numbers.
For sure. Colts 31 over the Texans 20. CJ Stroud for the Texans had 30 from 47 with 384 yards, and they lost. No, that's pretty average.
That is, isn't it?
Chiefs 17 over the Jags 9. Again, they struggle to catch the ball.
Yep.
Even on a punt return, dropped the ball with a handover. Pretty average. Mahomes 29 from 41 this week, 305 yards. Trevor Lawrence 22 from 41, 216. The Bears got done by the Buccaneers 27-17. Baker Mayfield went 26 from 34 with 317. Not much else to report on there. Chargers, Titans, we thought this one last week was going to be a quality game, 27-24. You Blakes get any of this?
Yeah, I watched the highlights on
Yeah.
a replay.
Justin Herbert was pretty solid. Both quarterbacks were pretty solid, actually, but Justin Herbert, 305 yards for his time there. What are you thinking? The Titans can, come away with a better season this year, Randall? Or
Yeah, maybe it's only early. It's hard to tell, but every win's crucial, isn't it? In the NFL,
Yeah.
like you can't afford to drop games. So, 1-1, that's they're not going to be disappointed with that beating that team. So it's too early to call, I think, for them.
Giants come back well after their flogging last week, 31-28 over the Cardinals. Daniel Jones, 26 from 37, 321 yards. The 49ers, 30 over the Rams, 23. Brock Purdy, 17 from 25. Did enough to beat Matthew Stafford, 34 from 55 with 307 yards. So I only caught the highlights of that. I didn't see too much else. What about the Cowgirls, fellas? We haven't talked about them much at all, but they've put on a couple of big scoring games, a 40-point game and a 30-point game this week, 30 over the Jets, 10. Thoughts? Dak Prescott's going all right.
They'll fall off the cliff.
Yep.
And only giving up 10 points from the two games is a fair effort. I know it's just the Jets and can't forget who they played last week, but still only giving up 10 points through two games is not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
impressive.
Dak's got a little bit of time before he can really say he's going to be contending for anything. I don't know. He's going. Hopefully, he has a good year and he turns his stuff around. But going on past performance, I'll just watch them dwindle.
Yeah, fair. Prescott was 31 from 38, 255. He was pretty good. Commanders, Davo, 35 over the Broncos, 33.
Yeah, the Broncos had a chance to tie it up through that Hail Mary at the end that resulted in a touchdown, and went for the 2-point conversion and just couldn't get it. Possibility of a flag on the play, but went Commanders' way, and we go away with the points.
2-0, mate.
Happy days.
Yeah.
2-0.
They're those wins that you need, Davo, that we've talked about for the last couple of years, where they're the ones that the Commanders don't normally win, and they end up missing out by 1 or 2 wins.
Yeah,
or that's right. They give up the 2-point conversion, don't do anything in overtime. There's your draw, and they miss out by that game. So, it is good to see him actually.
Hopefully that fortune's changed for him. I did see though that the Broncos are going to part ways with Russell Wilson.
Oh.
Yeah, we had 18 for 32, 307 yards. So
I don't remember if they said it at the end of this season. I think they said that's it. They're going to part ways with him. So he was, what they paid big money for him.
Yeah.
To get him there. So
from what I watched in the highlights, he wasn't too bad. But anyway, might be a bit of issues internally also.
Could be.
Dolphins 24 over the Patriots 17. Tua 21 from 30 with 249. Mac Jones 31 from 42, 231 yards. Patriots are average.
Yeah, they are. I watched part of that during my lunch break the other day, and both teams really weren't doing much. But yeah,
No.
Patriots, they're putrid.
Yeah.
I was expecting a big game from Tua again. Like, he was pretty good last week.
Yeah.
But he was, I was a little bit disappointed this week watching that game.
Yeah. Well, the Saints are 2-0, 2017 over the Panthers, and they are average at best. Derek Carr, 21 from 36, 228. Nothing impressive. They got the job done, though. They're 2-0, so that's the main thing. And the Steelers beat the Browns 26-22. Deshaun Watson for the Browns, 22 from 40 and 235 yards. And Kenny Pickett from the Steelers, 15 from 30 with 222 yards, but done enough to get the W. And that,
How's our mate's knee? Did you see the tackle on the guy in the Browns? Oh, your knee doesn't go that way. He just got buckled like there was nothing in it. And the top of his leg was going one way and the bottom of the leg was going the other way. And, yeah, he's done for the year.
See you next season, champ.
Yeah, average. Not good to see that. That's for sure.
And it was nothing in it. It wasn't mallet. It was just in the wrong spot. Got squashed in the middle.
Yeah.
It happens.
Absolutely punished. Righto. Well, that rounds out our NFL. And again, fellas, thanks for joining me. And for those still listening, thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it. And we'll be back same time next week. We might try to get a guest on next week. Haven't been actively pushing for some guests, but might try to get someone on next week and have a bit of a chat. Someone different. So if you do know someone that wants to promote what they're doing in and around local sport, send us a message and we'll do our best to reach out to them. Fellas, have a good week and we'll talk to you again soon.
Catch us all.
See ya.